What's up, you guys? Stellan over here for the Boxing Stella podcast. So I'm popping on today. Yeah, fellas, I got another one for you because I really feel like y'all need help in this particular area. I talk to a lot of young men and they, complain about the girls or the women that they have no substance and this, that, and the third. And it's like, but you have to check yourself. Do you have substance? Do you have anything to talk about besides sex, sports, or money? Do you have anything to bring to the table with these young ladies that you're trying to turn, into housewives? It's, you have to look at yourself and say, what am I bringing to the table? Because if you're still out here chasing after low-hanging fruit, but then saying that there's no quality women out here, you sound crazy. You're delusional. There are plenty of good women out here, not girls, but women. These are the ones who have matured and who have done the work. You're running after chicks who don't even know themselves and then complaining about it afterward when literally this is exactly what you attract. This is exactly who you are. This is exactly what you want. You want to deal with this because you are dealing with it. When you no longer want to deal with something, you will no longer deal with it. You will stop. You will change and you will grow. So if you're going to sit and lament and complain about the types of women you run into, but you're not changing your situation because you're the man. You are the master of your domain, fellas. And y'all will sit and get in these overly dramatic situations with chicks that you knew was not worth your time. But you gave her your time and your energy and or whatever, or even your kindness, which is fine. But you still have to be careful. Don't cast your pearls before swine, because all they're going to do is just gobble it up and get you all dirty and muddy. Okay? There's another saying, lay down with dogs, you get fleas. But you want to go for what's easy. You want to go for what doesn't challenge you because you're too afraid to be challenged. You don't want to be challenged because it messes with your fragile ego. And you have a fragile ego because deep down inside, when you peel back some more layers, you are secretly insecure. You're either insecure about your height, you're insecure about your money, you're insecure about your weight, your face, your whatever. It's fix yourself. Before you go out here wreaking havoc in people's lives and breaking hearts, collecting hearts in your glass jar, fix yourself. Learn to just chill. Be solo for a minute, fellas. Heal, which is one of the things that I believe that men were not really taught to do, especially black men. You guys were not taught how to heal. It was never even promoted for you to be by yourself. You've been pushed into this world to be whores, to spread your royal oats and drop off dick everywhere. But you've allowed yourself to be brainwashed by societal influences that have you thinking that no, the world is a man's playground and so are women. We were not put here for y'all to do any kind of way, treat any kind of way, talk to any kind of way. We were not put here for that. You give us a gift and we give you back an even bigger gift. What you contribute. A lot of what's in this world is you. It's you, brother. It's your sperm. You fertilize our egg and we just incubate. We hold on to that vessel in our bodies. And yes, what we think and what we feel, ladies, permeates in that baby as well. But it starts from what's inside that man. So what you got to do, ladies, is you got to choose better when you choose your mate to have a baby with. Because it's his sperm first that's coming to you. It even determines the sex. So that's why the statement is sins of the father. It's not sins of the mother. It's sins of the father. It's your sperm. It's your seed. What are you feeding your seed? Are you feeding your seed ding-dongs and ho-hos all day? Alcohol? Drugs? Insecurity? Egotisticalness? Right? So fellas, who's really not being accountable? Let's peel it back and go all the way back to what's inside your body. Take accountability, because you are carrying all these seeds you see that walking around here. You are carrying them. So how are you carrying yourself? What kind of seed do you want to produce? And I'm going to go ahead and call it. A lot of you guys don't care. You're not even thinking about the kind of seed that you're going to produce with this woman, with this particular female. You know, she trash, she this, she that, but yet you slept with her unprotected, and now you got a trash baby on the way. And no, I am not calling babies trash. Do not start shit. Okay? Hear me for what I am saying. If you fellas treat your body like trash, that is also going into your sperm that you are releasing into that woman. And that is building your child. So care about yourself more. Care about what you do. Care about what you think. Care about how you act. And stop letting your boys, what influence you. Y'all are so easily influenced by what your boy says, or how you look in front of your homeboy. Oh yeah, man, you coming out with us tonight? Oh no, man, I'm going home. My girl, blah blah. Your girl? Oh man, you henpecked. Oh, that's the old term. And I'm an old head. That's the old term. So the new term might be, I don't know, what are y'all saying? I don't know what y'all say for that kind of shit. But let me just tell you. Or let me say, oh, you were simping. That's what it is. That's the word I was looking for. Oh man, you a simp. Oh, you being a simp for her. What if he just loves his girl? What if he knows that y'all are just up to no good, and you're going to end up doing shit that's no good and end up somewhere no good? And what if he just doesn't want part of it? But see, fellas, you guys tell and show and tell everything on how you are. You can see it. Dudes go to the NFL, so now you got a chance to change. You got a chance to take that money and do something good with it, with your life, to do something good with it towards your family. But instead, you got to have an entourage of niggas around you and paying your boys to do jobs they don't even know how to do, or some shit that ain't even worth a damn. There's a lot of opportunity out here. And when some people are given the opportunity, they're like, oh, I don't want to be a sellout. You sold yourself out. Worse than selling out in the hood. You sold your own soul to your friends, to your so-called shitty ass, low vibrational, ignorant ass friends who got you hemmed up. Who almost got you arrested, who almost got you shot, who almost got you killed, but you down for your boys. But yet, then a chick will come along and try to hold you down and help you be a better person and make better decisions and better choices. And instead of respecting her for the love that she's trying to bring to you and the gift that God is giving you, you literally slap God in the face and say, no, I don't want that shit. No, I want this trash over here because I feel like I'm trash. Let's call a spade a spade. The real reason why a lot of dudes go for low-hanging fruit is because it's easy, and that's what you feel like you deserve. You know deep down inside you're a piece of shit, so you go out here and you fuck with shit. I know you don't like my words. Click off. But if you want to learn something, stay on here. Fellas, y'all got to grow up. And this is to whoever it belongs to. If it don't belong to you, then don't allow it to trigger you. If you're triggered, it's you. That's my new statement. If you're triggered, it's you. Fix yourself. Okay? Because it has to stop. But it has to start somewhere. So it starts with you. Start caring about your life and where you're going. Why would you let your so-called boys who ain't got shit influence you? Because if they had shit, if they had anything decent loving them, if they had anything decent going on in their lives that they did not want to lose career-wise, money-wise, I think that they would be thinking differently. But no, then again, maybe not. Because there's some dudes out here who got money and that money just made them worse. It just made them more of a whoremonger. It made them more arrogant and more ego-based. If you are not, money brings out who you really are. You want to see who someone really is? Give them money. Give them a shit ton of money and watch what they do with their life. Watch what they do for others. Watch what they say they're going to buy. I guarantee you the first thing out of most people's mouths is material things that are for show and not necessarily for balancing their life. Of course I would go buy a car. If I need one, if I want a better one, or I want a more reliable one, that would be my reason. But it isn't to floss. I would go get my condo because that's what I want. I don't necessarily want a house unless I got enough to build it from scratch. And then if I had enough, then I would do that because that's providing for my family. I would absolutely get land here in North Carolina because there's so much space and the air here to me is so much better. I just, and I would build a compound literally with one big house and then 4 little mini houses for all my family so that there was always somewhere to come back to, and that when they came over, they don't have a room to sleep in, they have a house. They have a little, almost like a mother-in-law suite. Like imagine an octagon-shaped compound with 4 little, 4 miniature houses outside of it. That's what I would build for my family and their family, And I would absolutely, help. There are certain charities that I would give to and certain ones that I wouldn't even dream of because I just believe they're run by people who are FOS and, I just don't feel like they're doing right with the money, What is that hospital? I think it's St. Jude's, and they try to help families who have children with cancer and they don't have to pay any bills. That's what I would give to, because then I know for sure that they are doing right by that money. The rest of them, I don't know. I don't know where that money is going. It's sad that there's so much going on in the world that you can't trust everything. You just have to do your due diligence. But anyway, back to you guys. Fellas, y'all really have got to slow down and think things through. Because some of the stuff y'all do is counterproductive to who you are trying to become. You're trying to become this great man, this high-value man. A high-value man is not a man who makes 6 figures and has, a Maybach and 3 other high-end cars and a $1.2 million home. That is not all of what encompasses a high-value man. If you see yourself as a high-value man and all you lean on is materialistic bullshit to validate you being a high-value man, you are not a high-value man. I'm sorry. And maybe you don't care hearing it from a woman, and that's fine. I'll leave space for that. However, how are you going to be a high-value man? You got all these things, but you mistreat the people around you. You're rude. You disrespect the union you have with whoever you're with. If that's the case. If it's not, then obviously common sense, it doesn't apply. But I'm talking about there's a lot of dudes out here with money and they feel like, oh, now I got money. Now I can do what I want. I can do what I want to a woman. I can do what I want to people. I can be rude. I can cheat. I can steal. I can, do whatever it takes to stay up. That's not a high value man. A high value man respects himself. A high value man respects women. At least I would think that that's what a high value man would be. If it's anything outside of that, I don't even understand what kind of thought process that is. That's one of the reasons why I avoided men with money. Because, they just all seemed very arrogant and high up on themselves for having the money. And it's like, well, I have money, so I have afforded myself the freedom to do what I want to do. Okay, and you absolutely can. At the end of the day, you really can do exactly what you want to do. All I am saying is I don't think that that's what a high-value man makes. That doesn't make a high-value man. That's what I'm trying to say. To just not care. To mistreat. But fellas, it really is a lot of stuff that you guys could stand to be more accountable for. And you push a lot of that kind of stuff on women, and I hear a lot of men say that women are not accountable, and that's probably true. People, none of us, a lot of us, some of us are not accountable. We won't take accountability. We will not stand in the mirror and say, I did this to myself. I hurt myself. I cursed myself. Because a lot of what we deal with in our environment comes from our mind and how we see ourselves. So if you don't see yourself as a high value person first, outside of having things, then you're going to attract a lot of lessons to teach you to see yourself that way, or to love yourself more, or to be less egotistical, be, less ego-based, Some people call it the dark night of the soul, a humbling experience, coming to Jesus moment. What are some other names for this? A spiritual awakening. All of these things pretty much kind of, come down to the same objective. It is you being a better you. I talk a lot to the men because, believe it or not, when I look at my percentages in my back office suite on my phone for my podcast and most of the other things that I do, 85% men. So it really trips me out because women are always like, oh, support women. Child, y'all don't support women. A lot of women just say that because it looks good and they want to seem like they're that person, but a lot of women don't. It's all talk. I've been in so many scenarios where I've literally paid money for like forums and stuff like that, and these women were supposed to be helping us and helping people get to the next level in their career, and they took that money and they gave a little bit of advice on the platform, and then you did not hear from them again. They wouldn't call you back. They won't email you back, even though they chose you to help. Because I know you may think, well, maybe they didn't, but no, that's not the case. I am speaking of something that I went through specifically, and they did choose me to guide or mentor, and then they never reached back out. I emailed, I called, never responded. It's bullshit. A lot of people out here are, especially on social media, and we all know this, they're all fronting. It's the highlight reel. Social media is just the highlight reel of people's lives. I will keep it real, and I will throw myself under the bus before I allow somebody else to, because you don't know me. You don't really know the whole story. So how dare I allow you to throw me under the bus? You don't even know the whole story. So I'm going to do it for myself, and I'm going to be real about it. I know I have messed up, in life before. I've made poor choices and chose wrong when it came to dating, and, I didn't know myself. There were times where I was just too naive. And there were times where I was people pleasing. I was too nice. There was a time, which it might be hard for you to believe now, but there literally and actually was a time where I was afraid to tell men the truth. I was afraid to say no. So I got myself in a lot of sticky situations because I did not stand 10 toes down with my own boundaries. Now my boundaries are so high. But it isn't from like what you think. I have a wall up because only someone worthy will be able to get in. And that requires work. So I would not want to date a man who did not want to work, who did not want to work on things, who did not want to work to get to know me, because that's what a relationship is. It is work. That's another job in and of itself. It's 24/7. It never ends, just like children. And if you don't look at it that way, I absolutely don't want to date someone like that who doesn't look at a relationship like, yeah, this is my job. It's my job to show up for her. It's my job to show up for him. It's my job to listen to him. It's my pleasure, in fact. So perspective. I don't look at that job as some daunting task unless I've chosen wrong. So then if I see it that way, then for me, I know that I chose wrong. And I have tried. I've had guys that I've dated who have said in the beginning, oh, yeah, I want a woman that I can talk to, that, if we get into an argument, we can talk about it. Do you honestly think that when that argument went down, that man tried to talk to me? No. And even if I were calm, it's just the fact that he did not like what I had to say, and he didn't like the timing of it. I was once with someone, and it was always something with him. It was always like, oh, Monday night football is on. Thursday football is on. Saturday is this. This Tuesday at 8:00 I do this. And Wednesday, it's 2:51. It's the middle of the afternoon. It's the middle of the morning. It's the middle of the night. It's the middle of the day. It's tomorrow. It's today. It's next week. There was always some reason why that child could not have a conversation with me, because he just didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to work anything out. But then as soon as I tried to leave, it was like, oh, no, don't go. Delusion. No accountability. And another thing, this is a pet peeve of mine. You'll meet, say you meet a group of guys, and a guy is trying to tell another girl about his boy. Oh, no, he's good. He's cool. How do you know? How do you know that? How he is with you in a male-to-male friendship is not how that man is going to be in a male-to-female relationship. Trust me. First of all, you ain't giving him blowjobs. You ain't having sex with him. And if you are, please, that's not for me. Y'all are together. Just don't use me as your beard. I got nothing against that. But, I'm just making a point here. Dudes will vouch. Even females. You can't trust a female to vouch for her female friend in a relationship. You don't know how that woman acts in a relationship. That's why I don't like setups. Don't set me up with nobody. And I'm not going to set you up with anybody. Because I'm not going to sit here and listen to that crap when the shit hits the fan. If it ever does. Which I pray it doesn't. But you're not going to blame me. Because if shit goes left, that's on y'all. Y'all are two grown-ass adults. But I really don't care to set people up. Nope. Because you don't know truly how someone is when they're in a relationship. And no two relationships are alike. People may even do the same things, like mistake-wise. You might get cheated on with, say it's a female and she's dating two guys, and guy A cheated on her and guy B cheated on her as well. Even though they both did the same thing, they're still two different people. And she feels differently about both of them. She may love each one of them, but you're loving them in different ways. I know it may seem, I don't know if it's hard to understand, but I'm saying, you can love someone but it feels different. You got a different amount of love for this person. This guy, you're allowed to cheat on you, beat on you. Okay? The next guy, you may love him and you will not allow that. It's just different. Each relationship is different. Anyway, fellas, seriously, slow down a little bit and really, really think stuff through and take accountability, even if you just do it within yourself. Maybe you too ego-based to admit it out loud. But you know who you are, and you know that what I'm saying, if it resonates with you at all, or how you have been in a relationship in your past, you know where I'm coming from, and you know that you have work to do. And ladies, we have work to do as well. But I'm constantly working on myself. I don't necessarily need the reminder. I'm going to do it anyway because it's just in me. In fact, I would rather sometimes be completely solo and just work on me. Not just on my dreams, but work on myself. And I I grew up with this preconceived notion that other people were doing the same work I was doing. I assumed that because I was reading books and self-help books as a teenager, that this is what everyone was doing. You know, I assumed that when I was looking at YouTube and I was like listening to lectures from Tesla and Eckhart Tolle and, you know, stuff about Carl Jung and people like that who are philosophers and psychologists, psychiatrists, whatever, not psychiatrists, but, you know, psychoanalysts, those types of people. Basically, anything having to do with the metaphysics of the universe. I was listening to stuff like that. Florence Scovel Shinn, Sun Tzu, The Art of War, those kinds of things I was reading when I was in my teen years. And you think I would have done better. But I still made dumbass mistakes because there was still something missing. And you know what I had to learn the hard way is that everything is consciousness. Everything starts from consciousness and energy. When you learn to read energy and when you remember that everything is consciousness, so that everything you think about, everything you complain about, everything you focus on shows up in your life. Because the universe can't take a joke. It gives you exactly what you are resonating with. So if you go on the internet and all you look at is World Star and fights, or animals killing other animals, or visit that. I don't claim to be a psychiatrist or some psychoanalyst, but you might want to peel back the layers and figure out why you are so attracted to such toxicity and negativity, such, anger and forceful types of, videos and things like that. Why aren't you watching something that can help you be a better you? Or watching something that can help you make money. Maybe you make enough money and this is just your hobby. I don't know. But I'm just saying, some things just carry such, negative energy. If that's all you're focused on, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you can't watch a movie, a horror movie or whatever, but there's a lot of people who don't. They won't watch that because that energy gets into your subconscious. And I've slowed down on things like that because I, would like a horror movie here and there, but then I would have like a nightmare. So there's a thing. It's a thing. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on, you bring about. What you talk about, you bring about. So, accountability is necessary for all of us. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being honest. And I'm just calling things like how I have seen it in my dealings with people. I'm moving around a bit, y'all. But anyway, guys, I really, really hope that you take this how I mean it. It's coming from a place of love because I want us all, including myself, to do better, be better, think better, feel better, and have better. Is there anything wrong with that? Okay. All right. I'm getting out of here. Bye, y'all.